Are you ready for the next one?
I'm so ready.
All right. Well, then let's play the music. The next section is called A Gay Awakening. For this next set of lyrics, let me get a drink of water before I read these. Oh, okay, that was good. Sorry if you heard that swallow. A Gay Awakening. Lyric number 1. Pink lips, pink Fendi purse. Her kisses taste like Cinnaburst. Don't speak English, but still somehow she managed to put her mouth on my lips and really speak my language. Ooh. Lyric number 2. Matching pajama birthday suits. Her spit tastes just like juicy fruit. She do that thing she usually do. Spell my name with her tongue like ooh. And number 3. Friendship old, feelings brand new. Her pussy tastes like Big League Chew. Sorry. A better eater, girl, you just can't find. My whole hand inside you, throwing up my gang signs. Do you need me to read those again? Are you?
No, I'm good. I got it.
Ready for the thinking music?
I'm ready for the thinking music.
Julie, with the center CD, Bedroom Brainiac. Which lyric is the real lyric? Number 1, number 2, or number 3? Julie is thinking about the correct answer. Which is it? All of them are masterpieces.
I think I'm torn between number 1 and number 2.
Torn between number 1 and number 2.
I'm gonna go with number 2. Matching pajama birthday suits. Her spit tastes just like juicy fruit. She do that thing she usually do. Spell my name with her tongue like ooh.
Spell my name with her tongue like ooh. And is that your final answer?
Locking it in.
Number 2. The correct lyric. You are correct. Number 2 is a song called Slumber Party by Ash Nico.
Okay.
And I didn't hear that song. I heard that song for the first time recently. A lot of people talked about Ash Nico to me over the last couple years. Finally listened to the song for the first time, and I've played it at least 15 or 20 times in a row.
Amazing.
It's incredible. Okay, so this section is called A Gay... Also, hold on. Did I give myself away with the Big League Chew thing?
Big League Chew line. I will say, I was surprised by the pink Fendi purse line. Really got me. I was like, that might be for real. So just, a little feedback on your lyrics.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I also think maybe the Cinnaburst kind of gave it away, because who else is going to talk about Cinnaburst?
Well, we talked about that's also a callback. In the very first episode, I said that I was full of microplastics from all the Cinnaburst that I chewed as a teenager.
If we do this again, I got to get better at not putting inside jokes into my lyrics. So this one is called A Gay Awakening.
Okay.
And I'm not sure where I want to go with this one or how I want to word this one. I just want to talk about how in this song, it seems what's being communicated is this is a person who came over to my house and suddenly learned a lot about herself. So I want to talk about maybe just... I want to talk about that when that happens, when someone notices there's something about them that's quote unquote different than a lot of the other people around them. And how do you process that when you realize that your entire life you've been socially kind of conditioned to exist in a certain way and be a certain way and love a certain way? And at some point, you kind of realize, oh, this is why I'm so unhappy, because I'm trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. Figuratively speaking.
Right.
So just kind of share some of your thoughts on that. You don't have to go too in depth.
You would need a lot of lube.
Do I have any categories coming up on that? I do not. Yeah. So what you're saying is the lube is therapy.
Well, I do. I mean, my answer is frequently going to be therapy will likely help. I want to be very clear. Not all therapy is good therapy, right? Every job out there has people who are not good at it.
Except cops.
Oh,
I wish I had a drum roll in here. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do this to myself for that statement.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but that doesn't even mean that a therapist not being a good fit for you means they're a bad therapist. It just means they're not a good fit for you. And I do think that, like, in general, that idea of like, oh, I'm learning things about myself, having a space that is entirely yours, where the person who you are talking to's entire effort in that space is to collaborate with you for you to figure things out, for you to like resolve these overcome these obstacles, resolve these things that are like frustrating you and like impeding your way, like ability to live life in the way that you want to live life. Like, what a great opportunity. Like, if it is financially feasible, it is something that I really highly recommend everybody do. Just set aside that time for yourself. But to get more specific to this question that you're asking, I do want to say, I don't think that this is somebody coming over for the first time. I don't know the song, but she says she'd do that thing she usually do. Spell my name with her tongue.
That's a good point.
So, like, she's been coming over for a little while now, it sounds like. But, you know, I think when we think about, there's something that I want to touch on, which is when you come to this conclusion, whatever the conclusion is, if it's I'm queer, if it's I'm trans, if it's I'm into kink, if it's, you know, I want somebody to put their whole hand inside me and throw up gang signs, like, whatever it is, when you get there, you get there. And, you know, one of the obstacles that comes up for people who are like arriving to these conclusions, maybe after having thought that they were straight, right? To kind of stick with like the queer identity as you framed this as like the gay awakening. Like, for somebody who had previously thought that they were straight to come, like, maybe later on come to the conclusion that they are not, I think often something that I hear people have communicated this, which is a sense of like, well, now I feel like I'm left behind. Now I feel like, you know, like a lot of queer people who come out a little later in life, like they didn't have the opportunity to be messy, for lack of a better way to put it. Like, think about the weird incestuous friend groups who all dated each other in high school.
Right.
And like the messy breakups and the like figuring out how you want to treat other people and how you want to be treated and figuring out what feels good and how to talk to people about what feels good. A lot of these things happen and they include tons of like stumbling blocks and like mess ups and like doing things in ways that like hurt other people, but you don't really realize that you're hurting somebody else because you've never had these conversations before. And then you recognize what happened and you make changes to your approach. And so by the time you've done this since you were, you know, an early teenager, you start to get to a place where you feel a lot more confident in your footing. But if you were queer and you're only figuring that out for yourself when you're in your like 20s or even later, maybe you didn't have those experiences and you're trying to figure all this stuff out now and everybody's judging you, or you feel like maybe everybody's not judging you, maybe you're judging yourself. There's just a space where this starts to get difficult. It's like an obstacle that comes up a lot, is that sense of like, I was supposed to have this stuff figured out already. And you're not. You're not on a timeline. You don't have to have it figured out at a certain time. And I just think that like that is a really big part of when somebody's figuring out their sexuality. And like, that's not unique just to being queer. That's, you know, figuring out you don't want to be monogamous, or figuring out that you want to explore kink of some kind. Like, there are all of these places where at any time, if we're open to and comfortable with exploring and like being curious, that there's all these opportunities to try stuff and see what happens.
I like that. And I also really appreciate that a thing that you and I do a lot is I mean you more than me, because you're the one who has the professional knowledge and the academic knowledge. But a lot of times when you give answers to things, sometimes you're not giving a definitive answer. And I think a lot of people go to therapy or look at therapy as, I'm here at therapy, give me a simple answer and fix me right now.
Tell me what to do.
Tell me what to do.
It's like, if you hear somebody say, my therapist told me to, I didn't. We didn't. So,
and I think that one thing that I think is really cool about what we do is, even if we don't have an answer, just speaking about the thing, what I hope happens is other people hear the thing being spoken out loud and go, oh, wow, I thought I was the only one who experienced this or felt this or faced this. And even though you didn't give me a definitive answer, I know that I'm not crazy.
Yeah.
I'm not as alone as I thought I was.
Well, and I think it's really tough, right? Like, I don't know what is the obstacle for any given person is going to be unique to them and their experience. And like, you know, of all, I'm never here to tell anybody what to do. Like, anytime that I am working with somebody, and even here in this space, like, it's meant to be, for me, my goal is always to be collaborative. I'm always hoping to collaborate, right? My clients, as well as any listeners, like, you are the expert on you. I'm not the expert on anybody but myself. I'm a hell of an expert on me, to be clear. But even that, nobody knows themselves perfectly. I learn new stuff about myself all the time, and stuff about me can grow and change because I'm curious and open to that. And so I think, you know, with this idea of like, what does it mean if you figure something out about yourself? Well, honestly, you get to decide that. Like, at the core of it all, like, you get to decide if you figure out, like, if you're watching a show and all of a sudden this person comes on the screen and you're like, pitter pat, oh my God, like, hard eyes, the whole shebang. And it's a gender that you've never really experienced that with before. You get to decide what that means. If that for you means you want to start exploring what it's like to experience shared mutual pleasure with somebody of that gender, awesome. If you decide that all that means to you is that you find that one individual to be aesthetically attractive to you, also a totally fine thing. Figuring that out is sort of where the therapy journey tends to go.
Right.
And also, but it's also stuff that, like, you know, there isn't a wrong answer necessarily. It's going to be unique to you. And like, you as the expert on you get to figure out what something means. Humans have a superpower, and that is to imbue meaning in anything. Right.
So one more question before we move on. What does Big League Chew even taste like?
I vaguely remember it not having a good texture as like bubble gum goes. which is, I think, part of why I was laughing. Is like, I don't remember enjoying Big League Chew.
Why didn't we I think the flavor, I think Big League's Chew flavor was bubblegum. Why didn't anyone think it was weird that bubblegum was just like there was just bubblegum flavored bubblegum?
That's like asking, why is it weird that there's chocolate flavored chocolate?
Tootsie Rolls are chocolate flavor. Anyway, okay, moving on for the next one.
Aren't Tootsie Rolls chocolate flavored taffy? Isn't it Tootsie Roll taffy?
No one knows the exact ingredients in Tootsie Rolls. It is a closely guarded secret, and no one will tell you exactly what Tootsie Rolls are. This recipe is under lock and key. I fell down a Tootsie Roll rabbit hole a long time ago. This may have changed because I love Tootsie Rolls, and I haven't checked in a while, so this may have changed. But exactly what Tootsie Rolls are, it's like the Scrapple of candy. Like no one is really sure.
That's not
what's in Tootsie Rolls.
Not a big sell.
So anyway, moving on.